Okay. Now let's talk about Caitlyn Clark of the Indiana Fever. But before we go any further, I just want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Gertie Mac Show and for liking and sharing these videos. Let's go. When we think about Caitlyn Clark, a lot of us see an amazing basketball player that has changed the dynamics of women's basketball and has brought a new spotlight to the WNBA that they never seen before in almost 28 years. Her charisma, her character, her personality makes it real easy for people to connect with her, along with the inspiration that she shows to the young kids, boys and girls. Since being in the WNBA, games has been selling out, and millions of people around the world has been tuning in on TV just to see her play. Her three-point shooting lights up the court like a Christmas tree, and she be ripping defenses apart like a Hulk Hogan t-shirt, and everybody loves it. But at the end of the day, Caitlyn Clark was just a little kid from Iowa with a dream of being a great basketball player. But look at her now. She is one of the most famous women's basketball players in the world. But a lot comes with that. And as we get into this article, Caitlyn Clark opens up and reveals the stress and struggles that her parents goes through dealing with her newfound fame. Now in this article by The Spun, Caitlyn Clark opens up about her parents struggling with her newfound success. For them, they don't see a famous basketball player. They just see a little girl that they've been supporting since high school. Then they supported her in college at Iowa Hawkeyes. Even to the point now where she became a professional WNBA player, the #1 draft pick for the Indiana Fever, and it came with a whole lot of sponsorships, NIL deals, Nikes, this. She is everywhere. But to her parents, she is still just Caitlyn Clark. Now, even though this started off as a dream, we all have witnessed her dream came true. But it hasn't always been easy. And Caitlyn Clark admits that her parents struggles to deal with some of the attention. Now, in this report by The Spun, she said this about her parents. They see all this stuff too. You have to remember, we're regular people with feelings. My parents have feelings. It can definitely be hard at times, Clark said in an interview with Michael Lee of the Washington Post. Honestly, I feel like I have a pretty good skill of blocking everything out. I think being in this position, you better have that skill or else it's going to break you at some point. So as you see, off the court, it's completely different than on the court. We see Caitlyn Clark, the basketball player, Indiana Fever. Everybody want to go to the games. You know, her dad, her mom is there cheering. But off the court, it's completely different because you don't know what they go through seeing their daughter in the headlines day after day about this. Some negative, there's some negative stuff that goes on, especially when she was coming in. Veteran players, didn't seem like they was, accepting of Caitlyn Clark coming in. The whole back and forth about who's bringing the spotlight, the rivalry between her and Angel Reese, all the stuff about race and all this kind of stuff. And Caitlyn Clark gets in the interview, she takes it on the chin, she blows it off, and keep it moving. But her parents, we got to understand that to them, it's not just a basketball player. This is their daughter. But Caitlyn Clark opened up about her father before a Father's Day game. And one thing about it, her and her father has a close relationship. Y'all check out this video.
I feel like I was just that young girl. He was my first ever basketball coach, and a lot of these moments I've been able to share with him and enjoy with him. And he's just been somebody that's been, a rock for me. He's as competitive and as fiery as I am. My dad isn't that way. He's just very chill, very relaxed. It was never you have to do this or you have to do that. He was just a very supportive dad in whatever I wanted to do. So that's something I've been forever grateful for. And, he didn't really miss many of my games in college. Obviously, he's missed a few more in the WNBA just because it's a little bit of a harder schedule, but they still have, I think they've been at every single home game to start. And he's just been amazing, kind of my rock and like my person, definitely about basketball and about sports. And that's just kind of a love that we kind of shared together. So he means the world to me.
One thing I gathered from this article, Caitlyn Clark opened up about her parents struggling with the success and dealing with all this stuff. Sometimes you really do need a break. And even though she loves basketball, during those post-games interviews and her last game with the Fever and with the WNBA All-Star game, she said she needed a break. And her family probably need a break also. But you just have to sometimes really, you get all wrapped up into the spotlight, the fame, and just the celebrity aspect of it. And sometimes you forget all about the fact that people are just regular people. Even though you look at Caitlyn Clark as this basketball machine, but she a regular person who has family, parents, mom and dad, who don't see these headlines the same way we see them. They see these headlines and it affects them completely different than us. We read about it, talk about it, make videos about it. We know we get into all this different stuff, but for her family, it's completely different. Caitlyn Clark might brush it off in the interview and just, do a good job because she's so media trained. She know how to talk and speak fluently and just, let things, she don't say the wrong things. But her mom and her dad probably somewhere reading the headlines what people are saying about their daughter, and it hits them completely different than the world does. But y'all get in the comments. Tell me what y'all think about this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share this video, and also hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I drop another video. And also follow my social media at GertieMac15. Holla.